What's up, YouTube? This is Mathis97, and welcome to episode number 44, the second part of the WWE Draft for my WWE 2K15 Universe Mode. And this is Friday Night SmackDown, so let's look at the match card. We've got Cesaro, Luke Harper, Eric Rowan, Titus O'Neil, CM Punk, Christian, a Battle Royal featuring the champions of Raw and SmackDown with 2 draft picks up for grabs. Now that's what's going to make this second part of the WWE Draft interesting, is that every single WWE Draft match that takes place will have 2 draft picks on the line instead of 1. So for the first 3 matches, no matter who wins, there will be 2 draft picks that are going to take place. So this is really going to be a game changer for the rest of the WWE Draft. Is Raw and SmackDown, they're even at the moment, but this is a good opportunity for either show to really pull away from the other, to really start stealing some of the top talent, and just in bulk at this point. As you can see, some superstars, some of the champions will be doing double duty here tonight. As we can see, Christian's going to be facing Dolph Ziggler in another WWE Draft match. And we've also got the Wyatt family facing off against the Brotherhood in tag team action later on in the show. And then, of course, we've got the main event for this episode. It's a match, a Falls Count Anywhere match between Bad News Barrett and Sheamus. So we can see, a little bit of a resolution after what went down last week on SmackDown prior to WrestleMania, where Barrett attacked Sheamus after that tag team matchup where they were partners. I was pretty confused about that. I don't know about the rest of you, but I didn't think that made much sense. But here tonight we should be able to get a bit of a resolution to that, whether it's whether it's Sheamus or Barrett winning. But we're gonna kick off the episode with Championship Gold, as it is SmackDown. The way this is gonna be represented, we have the Intercontinental Champion Titus O'Neil representing SmackDown. We've got the WWE Champion CM Punk and the World Heavyweight Champion Christian all representing SmackDown. And since Raw now, the only brand exclusive title they have at the moment is the US Champ Cesaro, the Tag Team Champions Luke Harper and Eric Rowan will be representing Monday Night Raw as well. So, I don't even know. I don't think the Wyatt family really care who they represent in this matchup. But just to say that that's what's going on. That's who's representing who, if you were a little confused. So the Wyatt family and Cesaro representing Raw, Punk, Christian, and Titus O'Neil representing SmackDown. And this really, imagine if SmackDown here tonight would also draft Cesaro. At that point, Raw would have no championships. That would just be crazy. But that's really just jumping to a conclusion. I highly doubt that'll happen, but you never know. It's the WWE Draft. Anything can happen. But that definitely would reshape the playing field for both shows. SmackDown would be just decked out on Championship Gold, and that would really give an opportunity for all of the superstars in the SmackDown roster to shine, to stand out. And then Monday Night Raw, on the other hand, what would Raw even do at that point? They wouldn't have any championships. I don't know. That would be an interesting scenario for perhaps if WWE ever goes back to the brand split and they have WWE drafts like that, and maybe I don't know, that would kind of be an interesting concept, although it would definitely be, one brand would be totally OP, they'd need to be nerfed. But that's enough about that. Let's focus in at the match, as we have Eric Rowan almost about to be eliminated by Titus, so right away we can see some of these superstars going straight for the elimination. And it's like I said, where the Wyatt family, they probably don't really care who they represent. So the question is, are they going to cooperate with Cesaro to represent Raw? Well, obviously Eric Rowan can't. He's just been eliminated. But, so that, already that's going to give SmackDown the advantage here, as it's 3 against 2. But Luke Harper, I don't really know. What does Harper have to gain representing, working with Cesaro here? I don't know. We could possibly see that break down. But then the same goes for SmackDown. What if we have guys like Punk and Christian, who are both world champions? What if they have a bit of an inferiority complex? What if they end up fighting each other? As you can see, that's exactly what's going on. Cesaro's going after Harper. Punk's going after Christian. Titus was eliminated earlier on by Harper. And, well, so much for that whole loyalty to your brand. These guys are just going at it. I mean, at least for Cesaro's part, he was attacked by Harper first. But in terms of Punk and Christian, I don't really know why they're going after each other. But I guess, you know, they both have they feel they have something to prove against one another, both being world champions. But Punk now, Luke Harper could be in danger of being eliminated here. No, he manages to get right back into this thing. Dangerously close moment there for Luke Harper. Punk, though, he's going to try again. You know, if at first you don't succeed, try again. That's exactly what CM Punk's looking to do here. He's looking to get Luke Harper out of this matchup. And Harper ducks. He ducks the attempted punch from Punk, and he's back in this thing. So now the odds are even once again. Raw's got 2, SmackDown's got 2. But there really is no brand loyalty. These superstars are just going right after each other, letting their personal disputes get in the way here tonight. But I don't know. I don't even know how to react to all this. It's definitely, I would say, pretty short-sighted from these 4 superstars. But then again, they probably don't really care about, you know, they probably don't really care a whole lot about the WWE Draft. I mean, you could look at it from one way, saying that if a brand loses all of its superstars, then the champion doesn't have as much competition, which makes it they'd have a longer reign as the champion, which perhaps could have been what some of these superstars were thinking. As Harper's been eliminated now, though, I don't think Harper really thought anything. He was just here to beat people up. I think it was as simple as that. And now it's down 2-on-1. SmackDown's got Punk and Christian. Raw's got Cesaro. But as you can see, Punk and Christian continuing to go after each other, although Cesaro just interjected himself into that situation. And now Christian, he's going to try to eliminate Cesaro here. Christian, he wants to get Raw out of this matchup. Christian wants Punk one-on-one, and that's exactly what's going to happen. SmackDown has just secured themselves 2 draft picks. But it's not over yet. The match is going to continue as CM Punk and Christian, now a battle to prove who is the stronger world champion. Who is the elite of the elite? Who's the best of the best here in the WWE? Well, we're about to find out here as Punk and Christian squaring off now. Punk currently with the advantage, as he's got Christian here. Went for a forearm, but Christian had it well scouted. Delivers one of his own now, as he's got Punk dropped to the mat. And here's Christian, another left hook right there. And he takes Punk down with a nice float over DDT. And look at Christian right now. Christian, I mean, you gotta look at this from Christian's perspective. Punk, he was an outsider, and he's been brought over to SmackDown now. Christian doesn't want to show any sign of weakness. He wants to prove that this is his house. This is his brand. This is his show. And look at this. He could be about to eliminate Punk here. Punk's in trouble. Punk's eliminated from this matchup. Christian tosses CM Punk up over the top rope and down to the floor. And Christian has won this Battle Royal. By that point, I mean, it was obvious SmackDown won. I mean, it was down to 2 SmackDown superstars. So from that point on, it was really just a battle of who's the better superstar. It was, at that point, it was just all personal. And Christian, he proved to the SmackDown universe here tonight that he's here to stay. Even if CM Punk has just been brought over, Christian, he's not gonna let Punk overtake him as the top champ. Who's gonna be the next pick? The New Day. Big E and Kofi Kingston are on their way to SmackDown, so they can now join their tag team partner Xavier Woods on SmackDown. So we are able to join that tag team together. I'd say that's a pretty solid pick for SmackDown. I mean, the New Day may be at a bit of a rough patch in their career. I mean, they really haven't won very many matches. In fact, I'm not sure if they've won any tag team matches at all since they formed as a tag team. But I think the New Day, they're on the verge of, you know, they just kind of haven't had that chemistry. They haven't gelled so well together since they formed as a tag team. But I do think that the New Day is on the cusp of getting into their groove, hitting their stride. They just gotta be patient. They gotta give it time. You know, the more tag team matches they compete, in, the more they kind of work together, they'll be able to mesh better. They'll be able to figure out each other's styles, each other's tendencies. They'll be able to develop some more chemistry there. So I think it's only a matter of time for the New Day before they start finding success in the tag team division. But now we're going to move on to the next match at hand, as it is Booker T representing Monday Night Raw, taking on Bo Dallas, the inspirational one, representing SmackDown. And of course, Bo Dallas, his undefeated streak continues at the moment, as he's defeated a few superstars. I think he's 3-0, maybe 4-0 at this point. I know he's defeated Santino, he defeated Heath Slater, and I'm pretty sure there was Sin Cara you can add to that list. So I believe Bo Dallas is 3-0, although there might have been another match in there that I'm just not remembering. So Bo Dallas, he's looked pretty impressive since debuting the SmackDown, although he's still got more time. He's got to show his stuff a little bit more. I wouldn't necessarily throw him in the mix for the Intercontinental Championship, considering he really hasn't competed in very many matches to this point. I mean, he basically just got here, SmackDown, so you got to give it a little more time. But I would have to say, a victory over Booker T. Wait a minute, what was that? Bo Dallas, it was almost like he was he trying to like encourage Booker T? What was going on there? Bo Dallas, I mean, they do call him inspirational, but that's taking it to a whole nother level. If you're gonna stop what you're doing in the middle of a match to try to fire up your opponent, I'm not sure exactly what Bo Dallas was trying to do there. He's a bit of an odd character, to say the least. Although, you know, we need more positivity here in the world. I mean, someone like Bo Dallas, he truly wants to make everybody better. He's not just in this for himself. He's not in it for the glory, the success just for himself. No, he wants to share the fame. He wants to help his opponents better themselves. And to do that, all they have to do is believe. That's what Bo Dallas believes. We'll see if Booker T believes the same. But like I was saying, victory here for Bo Dallas would be a good way to kind of boost himself, maybe try to elevate himself up from just that up-and-comer, that new kid on the block, perhaps move himself up into more of the lower card status where he can actually start competing more often. He's not really new anymore. He's got a few matches under his belt, and he can start working his way up into a championship picture. You know, he's start kind of entering that sort of division. And a victory over Booker T would definitely help him do that. As Booker T, he's a former 5-time WCW champion, and at one point he was challenging the Wyatt family for the tag team titles alongside Goldust. Although both of those occasions he failed. So Booker T now at this point, it's his status here in Universe Mode is starting to come into question. I mean, he did return at the Royal Rumble. He's been around for a few months. But how much longer is Booker T going to be on the roster? Is he going to continue competing, or is he getting to that point where he hasn't really achieved the success he was looking for? Is he thinking it's about time to hang up the boots, call it a day, and maybe not necessarily retire, but take a break, take some time off from it. Blah, 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 I can't talk. Or take some time off from, competing. Not too sure. I don't know what Booker T's exactly thinking at the moment, but he definitely can't afford to overlook Bo Dallas just because he's new to the show, new to the roster. He can't afford to overlook Bo Dallas as a serious competitor. Look at this, Bo Dazzler by Bo Dallas as he plants Booker T right there. Cover by Dallas. 1, 2. Kick out by Booker T at a count of 2. But Bo Dallas, he's definitely got Booker T on the ropes here. Booker's in trouble. Nice clothesline there from Dallas. As Bo Dallas, at the same time, he does have a few victories under his belt, so he can't afford to be too overconfident. He can't let his abilities go to his head. As we can see, Booker with a nice counter there, as he's just unloading with a combination of fists right there to the face of Bo Dallas. And now, nice kick there, driving the knee right into the face. So Booker T showing a bit of frustration here. Perhaps starting to grow frustrated his abilities, his inability to capture tag team gold alongside Goldust, and he could be developing a bit of that inferiority complex. He could be questioning himself. But at the moment, nice counter there by Dallas, and Dallas has got Booker T in the corner. Oh, are we gonna see it? Bo Dallas running Bodog right there, planting Booker T into the mat, hooks the leg, 2. Bo Dallas has scored the win, which means 2 more draft picks for Friday Night SmackDown. And this is what I was talking about at the start of the show. SmackDown really starting to jump ahead of Raw now. I mean, if it wasn't the fact that following the Raw part of the draft, where they already had drafted both Roman Reigns and the WWE Champion, at that point I think they had a bit of an advantage. But now they're really just starting to pull away from Monday Night Raw. I mean, they've now brought over the New Day to add a new tag team into the mix, add some new superstars to perhaps challenge for the Intercontinental Championship. But now they're going to get 2 more superstars. This is just a huge night for SmackDown. And I guess that's just what happens. These superstars have the home field advantage, so we'll see who is going to be the next pick going to SmackDown. Whoa, that's a big pick right there. Jack Swagger, he's on his way over to SmackDown, but who's going to be next? Whoa! John Cena! Are you kidding me? John Cena, he's making his way over to SmackDown. Yet another huge pickup there for Friday Night SmackDown, as they've now got... Let's tally these all up for a moment. They've got the WWE Champion CM Punk, the New Day, Roman Reigns, the former United States Champion Jack Swagger, and now Superman himself, John Cena. SmackDown is just really taking over this draft. I mean, this night has really just turned the tides for SmackDown, in my opinion. It was pretty even going into this episode. I would have to say SmackDown, even at that point, had a bit of an advantage, considering the fact that they drafted CM Punk, the WWE Champion, in the last part of the draft. But now, I mean, they've just bolstered their roster even more. Things are looking... I mean, SmackDown's looking very impressive at the moment. And we've even got 1 more draft match yet to go. And featuring the World Heavyweight Champion Christian, who won his matchup in the Battle Royal earlier on, eliminating CM Punk to end it all. I mean, by that point, SmackDown had already won, but Christian, that was just the exclamation point, just to basically show that, hey, this is my show. So Christian here tonight, he's got another opportunity to really show that he's the man here on SmackDown in this match against Dolph Ziggler. Because if Christian wins here, they're just really going to blow Monday Night Raw out of the water with these draft picks. I mean, right now, Raw's got 2. SmackDown has got, what is that, 6 at this point now. That's just freaking huge. The gap has really widened between these 2 shows. So, really, this is just a huge weight on Ziggler's shoulders. There's a ton of pressure on him right now, as he now has to try to carry his brand on his back in this match against Christian, because Monday Night Raw really needs his victory. And I don't know, if you're Dolph Ziggler, do you want to try? I mean, I figure, considering who Dolph Ziggler is, he's going to want to try to win this match. But you'd have to wonder, if it were any other man, would they perhaps just, I don't know, maybe just lay down, take the loss? Because you got to think about it. With all these superstars going to SmackDown, Monday Night Raw, that's going to leave a huge opening for some of the younger talent, some of the superstars who may be more down in the United States Championship division, more in like the upper mid card. That gives them an opportunity to start main eventing. So you'd have to think, if it were any other man, would they perhaps just take the loss here? I mean, there is a bit of a risk that you yourself would get drafted over to SmackDown, and that would, that opportunity you were kind of hoping for would kind of just disappear. But is the risk, are the rewards, potential rewards, worth the risk? Or is the risk worth the reward, however I'm trying to say this? I don't know. But the point is, it's Ziggler who's in that ring, so all that's just pure speculation. Perhaps we could see that scenario play out in a future WWE draft. But in terms of, if you're Christian, on the other hand, I'd have to say, I don't know, would you try to lose this matchup to make your situation, your standing over on SmackDown a bit higher, to send some more superstars, some potential enemies off to Raw? Or unless you're someone who's like Christian, he wants to prove that he's the man on SmackDown, he's going to try with everything he's got, every fiber of his being, to win this match against Ziggler here tonight. So really, we've got two superstars who have in fact faced off in the past. For those of you who may be new to the series, you were not here for the finale of WWE 2K15's season of Universe Mode. These two faced off on main events. Well, not main event. What was it? It was, no, it was WWE Superstars, the Superstars Special. These two faced off in a match. Ziggler was victorious, and Christian, after the match, refused to shake Dolph Ziggler's hand. So you gotta think that's just gonna put a little bit more incentive behind this match for Ziggler. He's got more of a reason to win, to try to earn that respect from Christian, but Christian hits the reverse DDT out on the floor, and he's really got Dolph Ziggler on the ropes right now. You can just see Christian has dealt out far more damage to Ziggler in the early stages of this matchup than he has taken. Ziggler is really behind the 8 ball to kick this one off, as Christian now, he's got Ziggler by the back of the head, maybe even by the hair here. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. He could perhaps be trying to set Ziggler up against that steel ring post, perhaps with that big boot. But oh, look at that DDT right there by Ziggler. And that's going to send Christian face first into the concrete. And that definitely could be a tide turner. So you can see Christian now trying to go after Ziggler. Referee up to a 6 count. So both superstars are going to make it back in the ring to avoid the count out. And you got to think, if you're looking at two guys like Christian and Ziggler, they want to prove that they're the best. They want to be the man on their respective show. You got to think they're not going to take a count-out loss, count-out victory here, or disqualification. No, they want to win in style. They want to prove that they are the man and go for that pinfall, that submission victory. Although at this point, when you're in a desperate, that's not even a word. When you're in a desperate state like Monday Night Raw is, I mean, perhaps maybe Paul Heyman was back there in the locker room. Maybe he had a bit of a chat with Ziggler before the match, basically saying, hey, you know, you do whatever it takes to get the win. We need these draft picks. You will take the count-out loss or victory. Why am I saying loss? I don't know. You will take the count-out victory, disqualification victory, whatever you can do to get those draft picks. That could also be a potential influence here. But right now, as we can see, Christian delivers a nice strike to the face of Ziggler. And Ziggler staggered right now. Here's Christian with a swinging neck breaker. Back of Ziggler's head bouncing off the mat here. And look at this, Christian going top rope. Maybe looking for that diving headbutt that he missed earlier. And he connects this time. Ziggler unable to get out of the way of that one. And Christian's looking really impressive right now. He's in control. He's going for the DDT, but as I say that, Ziggler with a counter. And of course, I mean, it always happens. Whenever I say someone's in control, it's almost just like I've got the magic, I don't know, voice or something. But as we can see, it's like the magic touch, but you know, with words. And Ziggler off the DDT, goes for the cover. 2. Kick out by Christian at 2. Close call there for Captain Charisma. Dolph Ziggler now could be trying to turn the tides in his favor. Counter here by Ziggler as Christian goes off the ropes. Power slam by Ziggler. And he thinks he's got this wrapped up. Hooks the leg. Kick out by Christian before even a 2 count. And now look at this. Ziggler going to perhaps go for that reverse vertical suplex. And down goes Christian. Ziggler now, he's getting his second wind here. He's really turning this match into his benefit. Really advantage Ziggler at the moment. Nice hurricanrana there by Christian. As now he's going to pick Ziggler up. And Christian, he has been looking really impressive at the start of the matchup, but he's got to finish well. Power slam again by Ziggler. And he's going to go for the cover yet again. Hooks the leg. 2. Kick out again by Christian. This is just back and forth now between these two. Both superstars trying to gain the upper hand here. As we can see a nice elbow there from Christian to counter that attempted neck breaker from Ziggler. And now look at this. Christian setting him up here. Kick to the face in the corner. Ziggler, he's groggy. He's dazed at the moment. And Christian, he's looking to finish him off here with an exclamation point. The kill switch connects. And that could be it. Christian hits the finishing move. And that's got to be it. Good night, Monday Night Raw cover. 2 count. 3. No, I think Ziggler just got the shoulder up at the last second. My God, what is it going to take to put Ziggler away? I mean, Christian, to be fair, he did good. Oh, look at that slap. Look at the disrespect shown there by Christian. And Christian, he knows that he's lost to Ziggler once before. That could perhaps be some inner frustration just letting out right there. And now look at Ziggler here. Elbow drop. And look at Ziggler. Ziggler kipping back up and showing off like only Dolph Ziggler can. He thinks he's got this one in the bag, but Christian kicks out. And as I was saying, Christian, he competed earlier in that Battle Royal. And as the later this match goes, I think the more that fatigue is going to play into Ziggler's benefit. You know, Christian, he's going to want to try to finish this up quickly. The longer the matchup goes, the more it favors Ziggler, seeing as he has not competed yet tonight. Whereas Christian, he was in that Battle Royal. I mean, he won it, which means he was in the whole thing. Really went to war with CM Punk there at the end. And look at Christian now, back and forth, these two men trading strikes here. And now it's Christian who appears to have gained the advantage. He's got Ziggler backed up against those ropes, pulls him back into a neck breaker of his own, taking down Dolph Ziggler. And Christian now, could he be thinking spear? No, Ziggler sensed it coming, made it back to his feet in time. Now he blocks a punch, delivers one right to the jaw of Christian. And here's Dolph Ziggler. He's going to pick Christian up for a nice vertical suplex right there, taking Christian down to the mat here. And Ziggler, what's he going to do? He's pulling Christian to the center of the ring. And there we go, nice elbow drop by Ziggler, looking for the combination. Well, there's 3, but Ziggler's going to keep going. 4 elbows right there now. And Dolph Ziggler, he's just not stopping. Look at the stamina from Dolph Ziggler that he's showing right now. Ziggler just kicking it into another gear. As look at these repeated elbow drops. And he's looking to finish it off with the 10th one in style. Dolph Ziggler showboating even down to the end. 1, 2, no. Again, a kick out by Christian. These men, they've just given each other everything they've got, everything in their arsenal. Man, are we going to see the kitchen sink get brought out here at some point? I mean, what is it going to take for either of these men to win here? Ziggler now with a nice Irish whip and into a power slam right there to Christian yet again. He's going to hook the leg once more, but not even a 2 count. Christian manages to kick out there. But you can see now Christian, he's kind of struggling to get back to his feet. And that's definitely showing the wear and tear from the match earlier on. Wait a minute, Ziggler! Ziggler with a zigzag! Dolph Ziggler connects with a zigzag. Could have Christian down here. 2, 3. Dolph Ziggler has scored a monumental victory for Monday Night Raw. And another huge victory in the career of Dolph Ziggler. His momentum only continues to go higher and higher. And now he holds a victory over the World Heavyweight Champion. We saw that Edge had the opportunity on main event to get a win over Punk. He couldn't do it. But tonight here, Ziggler scores a win. So not only is that going to give Raw some more draft picks, but Dolph Ziggler, I think he's in line for a World Heavyweight Championship title match sometime in the near future. But for the moment, we can guarantee that Monday Night Raw is going to get those 2 draft picks they desperately need. SmackDown, in the end, is going to win 6-4, but Monday Night Raw's got 2 draft picks here to go. They may have lost in terms of numbers, but what kind of draft picks are they going to get in terms of status? Oh my God! Monday Night Raw, they needed to come through with a big, huge draft pick, and they've gotten just that in the big guy, the former Intercontinental Champion, Ryback. I don't know how they can top that. Oh my goodness! Back-to-back blockbuster picks for Monday Night Raw to finish off the draft portion of this video. Not only did Monday Night Raw get the former longest reigning Intercontinental Champion in Universe Mode to date, but now they've got themselves a World Champion back on their roster. As Christian, well, you know, he spent... Wait, what the hell? Tamina Snuka attacking the former Divas Champion Summer Rae before the match here. What is Tamina... Wow, well, Tamina, she's in the same boat as Paige, both looking to try to make a name for themselves here in the Divas division, and especially now that Summer Rae has been basically knocked out of the title picture. Tamina and Paige, both undefeated, both want to step up and get themselves a potential title opportunity. And Tamina Snuka, wait a minute! Natalya with the discus clothesline taking down Summer Rae. Natalya could have the victory right here. 1, 2, no, kick out by Summer Rae at the last second. That was a close call for Summer Rae there. But you can see what this Divas Championship means. That the up-and-comers like Tamina and Paige, they really want to make a name for themselves. So Tamina attacking Summer Rae before the match could begin. And Natalya, she herself would benefit very well from a victory over Summer here tonight. We know these two have clashed in the past. Summer Rae has had sort of the upper hand in those confrontations, but you know what? Especially after that attack by Tamina, tonight could very well be Natalya's night. Look at this Northern Lights suplex. But as I was saying, Monday Night Raw, they needed something big to try to turn this draft around for them. And now they've got a World Heavyweight Champion back on their roster, as they're going to bring Captain Charisma over to Raw. So, wait a minute, look at this Michinoku driver by Natalya. Hooks the leg, kick out by Summer Rae. But Monday Night Raw, wow. I mean, those are two huge draft picks. I don't think they could have been any bigger than that. As, you know, they needed a world champion. Otherwise, it was going to be Cesaro defending that United States Championship on the main event of Raws and all that stuff. I mean, the United States Championship would have been the #1 title on Raw. So they really could have used a world title, and they did manage to get that just back. So that's going to take a bit of a weight off Cesaro's shoulders. As he probably would have been the guy to carry the show at that point. But now Christian, he's headed over, so that's a nice way to mix things up a little bit. We got the world champions exchanging brands. That's a good way to spice up the mood, I think. So we'll see Christian and Edge both going to Raw. Ryback over as well. I mean, and SmackDown, of course, getting guys like Roman Reigns, CM Punk. This is just a big WWE draft. I think that's a good way to start off WWE drafts here in Universe Mode. But let's focus back in on the match at hand, as we can see Natalya power slam there to Summer Rae. And Summer Rae, she has taken a beating tonight, both from Natalya and from Tamina Snuka before the match. And now Natalya, she's looking to put Summer Rae to bed here with the sharpshooter. Summer Rae, she's trying to crawl to the ropes to get the rope break, but she's not going to make it. Summer Rae forced to tap out to the sharpshooter. And Natalya, this is a nice bounce back win for her, as she defeats Summer Rae, a diva who Natalya has struggled with in recent months and in their match history against each other. Even dating back as early as the Survivor Series pre-show, where they competed against each other in that elimination tag team matchup, which was of course won by Summer Rae and Oksana. Oksana, of course, she was then sidelined with an injury, so Summer Rae really kind of catapulted her career from there. But Natalya now, she's managed to get her victory back over Summer Rae. And look at this, Tamina Snuka's back out here, just sending a message to the whole Divas locker room, but clearly she set her sights on Summer Rae. Summer Rae, the former Divas champion, is Tamina's target. Could we potentially see a match between those two in the future? I think that's something I'd like to see, something never before seen here in Universe Mode. Tamina versus Summer Rae. Let's make it happen. But I'm getting a bit ahead of myself now, as we're going to move on to the main event for this episode. A tag team confrontation between these two superstars, Goldust and Cody Rhodes. The Brotherhood, the Rhodes brothers, whatever you'd like to call them. They'll be teaming up one more time to take on the Ascension, not the Ascension, what am I saying? Take on the Wyatt family here tonight. I don't know why I said the Ascension. I don't know, I'm just in shock from tonight's events. The draft, the attack by Tamina there. I mean, there's just a lot going on this episode. Can't even keep my head on straight. And I messed up with this entrance. I normally like to cut this singing part out because it annoys the crap out of me. I thought it was okay when they used it at the Extreme Rules pay-per-view for that. Or was it Extreme Rules? Yeah, I think it was Extreme Rules. They used it there, where they had the child singing. And now that it doesn't need to be a part of their entrance. Now my phone's ringing. What the heck? So I'm sorry about that. We got this new house phone recently, and somehow we're getting these random calls that I don't understand. No one has the number except I don't know. I don't know what the heck is these telemarketers, whatever the heck it is. It's really irritating when it interrupts these commentaries. I mean, for the very rare occasions it would go off, of course, it's got to be when I'm doing a commentary. Of course, that's just got to happen. Let's make more troubles for MathWiz. Let's not let him do his commentaries. No, we can't have that happen. Sorry about that. But rant over. Back to the match at hand. So, of course, we got the Wyatt family, who are coming off their WrestleMania tag team confrontation with the Shield. where the Shield came out victorious. And now the Wyatt family, it's going to be their job to bounce back because they've got the Shield for the tag team titles at Extreme Rules. It'll be Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins teaming up to take on Eric Rowan and Luke Harper for the tag team titles. So that's going to be a big matchup. And especially now that Eric Rowan has been Roman Reigns has been brought over to SmackDown, separated from the Shield. So, I mean, no matter who wins the matchup at Extreme Rules, Roman Reigns, I think it would be safe to assume that he's going to end up confronting the Wyatt family in the future, perhaps even Bray Wyatt. I mean, they're on the same show now. I mean, true, the Wyatt family, they are the tag team champions, so they can go wherever they want. Bray Wyatt, on the other hand, he's kind of stuck here on SmackDown, as he is a member of the SmackDown roster. He can go to main event, but really no further than that. And of course, with the brand split, they got lucky. They managed to get their match at Extreme Rules, but with the fact that the Wyatt family are the tag team champions, they kind of were able to get away with that. But if, say, for example, the Shield were to lose at Extreme Rules, well, then they're not going to be getting any more matches with the Wyatt family. Of course, I don't even know what I'm saying. Actually, I just contradicted myself. Forget what I just said. This is what happens when I get interrupted. I lose my train of thought, and then I'm just all discombobulated. But, so we can see now, Cody Rhodes tags out of the matchup, brings in Goldust. And Goldust, he's been trying to get a tag team championship around his waist, whether it's with Cody Rhodes, Booker T. Goldust he's basically been battling with the Wyatt family since the WWE 2K15 season of Universe Mode began. Whether it's their matches, singles matches on main event, that one tag team matchup that Cody Rhodes and Goldust had before against the Wyatt family. Goldust's attempts at winning the tag team titles alongside the returning Booker T. No matter what the case was, the Wyatt family was always getting the victory. Goldust coming up short. But tonight, this could be an opportunity for the Brotherhood to get back on track, with Cody coming out, losing that WrestleMania Intercontinental Championship Fatal 4-Way match. So perhaps Cody now going to set his sights on the Tag Team Championships with his brother Goldust. So this is a good opportunity for Goldust and Cody to get their careers back on the right track. Big boot there by Luke Harper. May have just ended Goldust's career right there. Cover for him across the face. One. No, not even a one count. Cody Rhodes, he's right there to break it up. Saving his brother from potential pinfall there. And so much about ending Goldust's career. He's right back up and kicking. But, man, that big boot from Harper, that'll definitely knock you for a loop. And Goldust, he had to get out of there. You can see right now, he's definitely taking a lot of damage from that move. He had to tag in Cody Rhodes, get some fresh blood into the matchup here. Try to turn the tides back in the favor of the Brotherhood. But Cody Rhodes now, he's trapped over there in the Wyatt's corner. Countered by Cody, side wrestling leg sweep, taking down Luke Harper. But in an opportunity like this, or a situation like this, this is a huge opportunity for Goldust and Cody Rhodes. Even if they're not going to get a tag team match at Extreme Rules, getting a victory over the tag team champions at this stage in the game, definitely not a bad thing. It's going to help you further your career along and perhaps set them up for a match at Payback, perhaps, against the winner of the Wyatt family and the Shield's confrontation. But let's focus into the match at hand. As we can see, Cody Rhodes backed again into that Wyatt family corner. As Goldust now, he's just forced to watch as Cody's going to go for a ride here. Oh, double shoulder block right there from Eric Rowan and Luke Harper. As Cody now down center of the ring, and Eric Rowan now just delivering vicious headbutts to the face of Cody Rhodes. And that's just Eric Rowan. That's Eric Rowan for you. He's just crazy, man. Not really crazy. He's just got like a ridiculously high IQ, but I don't know. I don't know what the case is with Eric Rowan. He's just out there. Oh, look at this. Wait a minute. Goldust off the top. Look at that tag team move there from Cody and Goldust. Covered by Goldust. That could put Rowan away. 1, 2, 3. No. Kick out by Eric Rowan at the last second. Close call there for Eric Rowan. But yeah, Eric Rowan is definitely a peculiar case. Like it's been mentioned before, he does have a huge IQ. Wait a minute, cover off the splash on Goldust. 2, 3, that's a victory for the Wyatt family. I'll have to save that Eric Rowan topic for another time. As you can see right there, taking a look at the replays. That big boot from Harper, I thought that was going to do it, but nope, that was it. Actually, that's not the main event. I don't know what I'm talking about. Ugh, I don't know what I'm thinking. I'm just out of it after I got interrupted. Now I've lost my mind. But as I was saying, I guess that I am going to have time to... Yep. See, this is what happens. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Eric Rowan, though, he does score the victory for the Wyatt family. As Cody Rhodes, so close, just couldn't get in to the ring in time to break up that pinfall. So the Wyatt family, they managed to bounce back from that match at WrestleMania. This is a good victory for them after losing to the Shield. Try to get themselves prepared for what is to come at Extreme Rules, when their tag team titles will be up for grabs. They cannot afford to lose to the Shield once again, because if they do, they're going to lose their tag team titles that they've held since No Way Out. Can't afford that. So this could be a career-defining match for Eric Rowan and Luke Harper, heading towards them at Extreme Rules. But let's move on to the main event for this episode. Yes, this is the real main event, not that last match that I thought was the main event. This is the main event. Somehow I forgot about this matchup. I don't even know. But this matchup has a strange, confusing build to this one, to say the least. Well, last week on SmackDown, we saw these two. Well, let's actually go back to 2 weeks ago, where Bad News Barrett was taking on Edge in a singles matchup, where during the matchup, Sheamus came down to the ring, and it looked like he was going to give Edge a bit of a helping hand, but Sheamus instead attacked Edge, shocking the fans. And since then, we saw last week the tag team matchup, Sheamus and Barrett. It looked like they were going to be allies. They were kind of aligning themselves to take on the team of Edge and Christian. As you can tell, Barrett and Sheamus, they're in the same boat. Both men, they were at the top. They were kind of in the main event scene on SmackDown. And then we saw guys like Edge and Christian, just Edge and Christian. We saw Edge and Christian return after their brief absence of a few months. We're at about 2 months when they returned to Elimination Chamber. They were just kind of given that opportunity in the Elimination Chamber match. And of course, we all know what happened. Christian went on to win the world title in that Chamber match. And once that happened, it basically pushed Barrett and Sheamus out of the title picture. It took that opportunity away from them. And you can tell, really, it's just been all about Edge and Christian lately on SmackDown. True, they have now been drafted over to Raw, so it's going to definitely shift the focus of who's who in the main event scene, which could definitely give an opportunity for guys like Barrett and Sheamus, who right now, that's what they're out here to do here tonight. They just want to put on a show. They want to get themselves noticed, and either superstar could really use this victory. Definitely catapult them up in the ranks, perhaps to the #1 status for the WWE Championship. As what I had originally realized was The Rock was supposed to have a rematch clause for the WWE Championship. However, we found out after the events of main event later that night, it was revealed that The Rock actually, in fact, had suffered a few cracked ribs, and he had torn his abdominal muscle. Now, The Rock, he was trying to power through this. Somehow, I guess between his matches with CM Punk and Mark Henry, I believe that the medical staff did know that The Rock was, he wasn't 100% following the match with CM Punk, but it appears as though the match with Mark Henry, it just seemed to bring out, heighten those injuries. And even after that, The Rock, he was told he wasn't able to compete. This was actually kept behind closed doors. I didn't realize this until following main event. The Rock, he wasn't even supposed to be out there on main event when he confronted CM Punk. So, the doctors, they've had enough, and The Rock has been put on the shelf. He's being can't even English right now. The Rock has been prevented from competing at Extreme Rules. He's been held out of action for, over a month. There isn't really a distinct timetable just yet. The doctors and medical team are still trying to work things out. But let's focus back on the match. Sheamus hits the Irish Curse backbreaker into the cover on Barrett, but a kick out of 2 by Barrett. And Sheamus right now, the match is in his favor. He's in control. But look at Barrett now, counters. Well, doesn't really counter. He just shifts the momentum back in his favor. And now Barrett, with that bare knuckle style, they call him the bare knuckle brawler. And Wade Barrett, he's using what brought him to the dance. Spinebuster right there to Sheamus. Into the cover. 1, 2. Kick out though by Sheamus. So with that being said, The Rock, he will not be able to compete at Extreme Rules, which means we're going to have to find a new #1 contender for CM Punk's WWE Championship. We're going to have to find out who that will be in the next few weeks on SmackDown. But look at this. Wins a change by Wade Barrett. Into the cover on Sheamus. 1, 2, 3. That is it. Wade Barrett has picked up the victory over Sheamus here tonight. And this, especially after what just went down with The Rock following main event, this is a big victory for Wade Barrett. He not only defeats his rival Sheamus, well, is he really a rival? I mean, are they perhaps... I don't know if they're really enemies. Perhaps they just have a mutual goal that they're looking to strive for. But I feel like we could perhaps see these two work together in the future. Not too sure exactly what the situation between those two is, but obviously they're very aggressive competitors, looking to achieve success on SmackDown, looking for the gold. And Barrett, he picked up a huge victory that's going to help him get towards that goal. But that is it for this episode. I want to thank you all for sticking through the entire video up to this point. Thank you all for watching, and until the next video, as always, keep on YouTubing.